Sydney, as one of Australia's leading global cities, is experiencing its biggest property development boom yet. Each year, Sydney's economy generates more than $100 billion, and more than 10% is contributed by housing and real estate, and another 10% is by construction. As well as being economically driven, Sydney is also known for its reputation as one of the most habitable cities in the world. At Francis Central Point, we believe that not only is the profit generated by property developments extremely important, but what's more important is the idea that property developments are continuing to shape the city's identity and its urban fabrication. Property development is beneficial for the overall economy of Australia, but it's also crucial for the local community. The Lord Mayor, Clover Moore, once stated, "Good cities tend to have a balanced, reasonable, orderly, legible city form, and places of many and varied comings and goings, meetings and transactions." In this sense, if we look at major developments such as Central Park in Sydney CBD, we will find that not only does it enhance the heritage of the site, its urban plans also correlates with the surrounding, taking in factors such as institution, housing, offices, tourism, entertainment, and many more into consideration. Furthermore, in order to effectively achieve long-term vision results, we have been collaborating and consulting with both local government and also State Department of Planning very closely. Through our investigation, we have identified key points which would help to explain our sustainable development. Rezoning was an unavoidable stage of planning, as the then existing local environmental plan, as well as the development control plan, did not satisfy the urban renewal gentrification. With a floor space ratio of 5:1 and a maximum height of 45 meters high, as well as 15 meters for straight edges, the possible conceptual plans was not designed to satisfactory. It would mean that much of the site would be dominated by residential buildings, with very little chance for open space opportunities, such as parks and other recreational spaces. Therefore, after numerous negotiations and collaborations between both Council, Department of Planning, as well as numerous consultants, the planning instrument will consist of a reduced floor space ratio of 4:1, as well as to build a number of large public beneficial places, such as large parks with great amenity, small parks, internal pathways, shopping centers, as well as the childcare, to ensure that local community will be able to engage with the site as well. Only 50% of the proposed floor space will be residential to reduce the chance of cluster living. Usually, the process of a new development will consist of steps of proposed new development, examining existing zoning, urban design master plan, review by council for needs for revision, as well as heritage conservations. And then the development application design will be based on the council given instrument of approval. However, unfortunately, we have experienced some difficulties in convincing the local council of our proposal. This is because they're very prescriptive and would probably have preferred results in a wall of building of the box-like sort Meridans likes to build. As developers, we believe that it is not only our job to provide Sydney with outstanding living, but it is also our priority to ensure that we provide the public with a unique icon that will mix the old with the new, history and advanced technology, while still at the same time still provide spaces of services that will satisfy the need of its surrounding. But declaring this development as state significant, it also sets this site on the map, raising public awareness which at the same time would encourage surrounding residents as well as the public for communal inputs and great suggestions. Due to the site's rich history, we believe it is important to preserve the historical value of the whole site, and by doing so satisfying the historical urban conservation requirements of the council. Therefore, we have engaged with archaeologists and various other consultants in order to transform the site into a semi-public venue with an open dimension for interactions between the public and the site. We believe by doing so, it prevents Sydney from becoming another overdeveloped cluster of living space. Central Park will become a narrative of its own to ensure that the story of the city within a city is never forgotten. As Council required, any building over 55 meters in height or exceeding 1,500 square meters must go through a design excellency competition. As a result, we have engaged with many world-class consultants to not only design a unique icon, but also to provide Sydney with a sustainable green solution. Although we have experienced much difficulty in planning process, it was necessarily unavoidable. The planning disagreement between local council and Francis Central Point is purely due to the different perceptions. Local council prefers safer designs with their understanding of planning. By engaging State Department of Planning, it ensures that both urban design as well as architectural excellency would be strongly considered, advancing Sydney into a global urbanistic phenomenon.